Hello everyone, welcome to Online Turkish School lesson number 9. In this lesson, we're going to be learning complete verb to be, for all the persons, and we're going to learn how to say we are at some place and stuff. We're going to learn how to say where we are from, like I'm Turkish, you're Dutch, etc. And some other interesting details. Yeah, that's it. So let's start. Now, this is a really important trick, and let's learn how it functions. In the last lesson, I taught you this phrase, ketçap fahişesi, the ketchup prostitute, right? Ketçap fahişesi. What did we use it for? We took the consonants of it, KTCP, and I said that if you add a suffix that starts with a D or J, they have to harden as well because these are hard letters. We don't want hard and soft together. If it's hard, they all should be hard. So what we did was turn the D to T and J to Ch, although I didn't give an example to the latter one. I'm going to give it in the future. Now, this is called consonant hardening because the suffixes harden. Okay. There is the opposite as well. This is called consonant softening, and it's really important. So I just took the letters of K, T, Ç, P because those are the hardest letters. K, T, Ç, really hard, right? Those are hardest consonants. And the rule is, if a word ends in one of these, and you add a suffix that starts with a vowel, then the thing is, you end a word with a hard consonant, like Turk, okay, like a ka. You stop yourself there, you hold your breath, and then there's that soft vowel coming, and you can't, k. It's like spitting, right? And we don't want that. That's not gentle, no. So, in order to, I don't know how to say, avoid that spitting, we just soften these consonants into a more gentle consonants so that we don't really force ourselves to do hard pronunciations. And what we do is, in this case, the reverse of what we did for hardening, D had become T, now the reversed. The T becomes D, and Ch becomes J. But not just these, also K becomes soft G, which is mute, so K becomes mute, and P becomes B, okay? Also, in Turkish, we don't have many words that end in G, but those that end in G becomes soft G as well. So G is treated like K as well, okay? So that's the rule. Psikolog ended in G, so that's why it became soft G. And this works for everything. Remember, we learned how to say my house, your house, the possessives, right? It works there as well. Let's see. Ev means house, and to say my house, remember we say benim evim, right? Köpek means dog, and to say my dog, benim köpekim. See, köpek ends in a hard consonant, one of the ketchup consonants, and then a soft vowel. A vowel is a soft letter. So the passage from hard to soft in languages, it's really it's not pleasant. Okay, so we soften the K, we make it a soft G. So we say benim köpeğim. Okay, because köpek ended a hard consonant, a ketchup consonant, and then the suffix had a vowel, so K softened into soft G. The bad thing is, however, the consonant hardening, like with the ketchup prostitute that we did in the last lesson, that happens all the time. You have to do it all the time. But consonant softening isn't always applied, even though the rules are every condition is there. Sometimes we don't do it, and those are called exceptions. I'm sorry, you'll have to memorize them. But then there is this crude rule. Usually one-syllabled words that end in ketchup consonants don't really receive the consonant softening. Example is Türk, means Turkish person. Türk is one syllable. So we don't say ben Türk'üm, which is even impossible to pronounce. So we say ben Türk'üm, okay? That's that. From now on, as I teach you new words, the words that don't undergo such a change, I'm going to indicate them as INV, which stands for invariable. They don't vary, okay? They don't change. Now we learned how to say I am something. Now let's learn the whole set. You already know he, she, it is X or they are X. You just practically add the X and nothing else, right? We already learned that. And we just learned I am. So 3 more. To say you are X, you have to say sen plus whatever that is, and then add sin. Remember to harmonize it. We are X, biz, X plus is. If X ends in a vowel, you have to squeeze that Y, okay? And you all are X. We differentiate it. Actually, I think only English doesn't differentiate it. Like the French tu, vous, etc. German du, ihr, that. What we do is cis X plus sin is. It's the same as normal you plus is and at the end. Okay, that's that. I want to show you something. You remember how to say my something in Turkish. My. What we did was adding an M or im, depending on if the word ended in a consonant or vowel. If it ended in a vowel, you just plain add an M. But if it ends in a consonant, you squeeze an E to make it easier to pronounce, right? Now you learned how to say I am, in which case you add an im if the word ends in a consonant, and yim if the word ends in a vowel. Now, do you see some overlapping here? These two are the same, right? So when you say my, adding a word that ends in a consonant, you add an im. And when you say I am something, if the word ends in a consonant, you add an im too. So this is the same suffix. Like, let's take the word öğrenci and öğretmen, teacher, student, that's student and teacher. To say I am my student öğrenci ends in a vowel, so just an M, öğrencim, my student. And to say I am a student, öğrenci plus im, 2 vowels, not good, so you squeeze a Y, öğrenciyim, no problem. Now, öğretmen. My teacher is öğretmen plus M, squeeze an E there, öğretmenim. And I'm a teacher, öğretmen plus im, öğretmenim. So these two, the first one is my teacher and the second one is I'm a teacher. How to make the difference, right? So I'm a teacher. First of all, if it's not clear from the context, you can say ben öğretmenim and benim öğretmenim to make the difference, right? Because you use ben in the first one because it's I am a teacher. In the second one, it's not I anymore, it's my teacher, benim öğretmenim. This is the safest way to make the difference. However, in Turkish, Turks can make the difference, can see the difference even in the pronunciation without using ben or benim. The stresses are different. The accent in the word is different. When you say I'm a teacher, we say öğretmenim. Öğretmenim. You see, men is stressed. Öğretmenim. I'm a teacher. And if you say my teacher, what we say is öğretmenim. Öğretmenim. So I read them both. Öğretmenim. Öğretmenim. Öğretmenim. Öğretmenim. Do you see the difference? If you don't see, it's okay. Okay, if you don't hear the difference, it's alright at this level. But know that we don't really have much of a problem understanding which one is meant. Even though we don't use ben or benim, it's understood from the stress or accent, or at limit we can understand from the context. Okay, so no pressure. Let's see them all in one page. The first part is to be, I'm a teacher, you're a teacher, and the second one is my teacher, your teacher, possessives. I'm going to pronounce them all. Öğretmenim, öğretmensin, öğretmen, öğretmeniz, öğretmensiniz, öğretmen. And below, öğretmenim, öğretmenin, öğretmeni, öğretmenimiz, öğretmeniniz, öğretmeni. The suffixes are different, as you can see. Today's random phrase is hesabı alır mısınız? It's the standard phrase to ask for the check in a restaurant, but it's not usually pronounced hesabı alır mısınız in such a exaggerated way. We usually eat the word and say hesabı alır mısınız? Hesabı alır mısınız? People usually say that. You can just say hesap, and the waiter will understand it. Okay. In some restaurants, it can be really crowded, so just try to pull the attention of a waiter and make a pencil sign in the air, as if you were writing something. Okay, make such a gesture, and he will understand and bring you the check. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, one thing that I saw in France, that friends, etc., people usually discuss about who will pay the price before going to a restaurant. Okay, it's like, I'm gonna pay, or who's gonna pay this, like that. Are you gonna pay this, or and I found this a little weird, because in Turkey that just doesn't happen. It looks really awkward in Turkey. People don't really discuss about who's going to pay before they go to the restaurant. It happens at the end of the meal in the restaurant. Okay, so in Turkey you're probably not going to be spending any money if you have friends accompanying you. And as I said, don't ever bring up the topic of who's going to pay the price. Okay, not price, but who's going to pay the check. In Turkey, usually people do this at the end of the meal in a restaurant, and everyone tries to pay. Okay, the first one who gives the money, or gives the credit card, pays the check. So yeah, well, what you have learned today is really important. Don't bring up the topic of who's gonna pay before you go to the restaurant, and at the end of the meal, usually one person just pays it. We don't really do it the German way, as they say. Everyone pays for their. Maybe some students do that, but after a certain age, people don't do that anymore. Only one person pays the check, and that's that. And today's random word is bahşiş. Bahşiş means tip. In Turkey, you usually leave around 10% of the check. Okay, so let's say you paid 100 Turkish liras. You usually leave 10 Turkish liras to the waiters. Okay, and if you don't have any, how do you say, change, like little monies, don't really worry about that. You can give a banknote and ask them to make them turn it into a change, and they'll usually do it for you because they want the tip, right? So you don't have to worry about that either. And if you have a car, make sure you have 2 or 3 liras just for the guy waiting outside keeping your car. Okay, that's called a valet in Turkish, and you usually pay 2 or 3 Turkish liras. This is true, especially for Istanbul and Ankara, big cities. I don't know about Izmir, I've never been there, but in big cities it's like that. You don't park your car, you just drive in front of the restaurant, and the guy takes care of your car, okay? And you usually give money to that guy as well. Let's learn the countries. The format will be the flag, the country name, nationality. Like a flag, England, Englishman. Like that, but in Turkish, of course. So, Türkiye, Türk. Türk, Turkish man, is invariable, doesn't undergo consonant softening. Next one is Greece. Yunanistan, Yunan, Greek. Hungary, Macaristan, Macar. Romania, Romanya, Rumen. United States, Amerika Birleşik Devletleri, Amerika Birleşik Devletleri, United States of America, or abbreviation ABD, USA. The people can be called Amerikan or Amerikalı, no difference. France, Fransa, Fransız. Italy, Italia, Italyan. Russia, Rusya, Rus. England or United Kingdom, İngiltere or Birleşik Krallık. Englishman is İngiliz. Japan, Japonya, Japon. Spain, İspanya, İspanyol. Poland, Polonya, Leh. Serbia, Sırbistan, Sırp. Croatia, Hırvatistan, Hırvat. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bosna Hersek, Boşnak. Germany, Almanya, Alman. Finland, Finlandia, Finn. Now all the other countries that I haven't shown are regular. So what you should do is looking up the country name from a dictionary and then add the suffix li, okay, which of course is harmonized, so it can become lu, lu, lu, depending on the last vowel of the word. So Netherlands is Hollanda. If you're a Dutch person, you're going to say Hollandalı, okay, vowel harmony. Sweden or Norway in Turkish is İsveç or Norwich. So if you're Swedish or Norwegian, you're going to say İsveçli, Norveçli. I am Turkish. To say this, you first have to say ben. Actually, it's not necessary, so we put in parentheses. You can leave it. You don't have to say it. Then Türk, then the verb to be, right? Which is im. Vowel harmony, Türküm. Do you see there's an apostrophe? We put apostrophe to the proper nouns. When they receive a suffix, we put an apostrophe, but not to every proper noun, okay? The noun should be in its simplest form. You're going to see an example now. To say I am Belgian, ben Belçikalı. Okay, so Belçika is Belgium, lı is the person suffix. So this isn't a simplest form anymore, right? This is Belçika plus lı. It's a compound thing. So any other new suffixes are added without an apostrophe. So we add the verb to be im again. Ben Belçikalıyım. The Y is there because, two vowels. But no apostrophe, because Belçikalı is not a simple word. Alright? So let's see them all. Ben Türk'üm. I'm Turkish. Sen Türksün. O Türk. Biz Türküz. Siz Türksünüz. Onlar Türk. Or Türkler. You can add the ler, but it's not necessary. Ben Belçikalıyım. Sen Belçikalısın. O Belçikalı. Biz Belçikalıyız. Siz Belçikalısınız. Onlar Belçikalı or Belçikalılar. These plural suffixes ler grammatically should be added, but no one really does it, okay? So you don't have to use it, because sometimes it sounds really awkward, even if it is grammatically correct. I think it's gonna change in a couple of years from grammar books, because no one really uses it, and that's what matters. So yeah, you don't have to use it. If you remember the verb to be, öğretmenim, öğretmensin, öğretmen, öğretmeniz, öğretmensiniz, öğretmen. Now let's try to make it negative. How to make it negative? So if you pay attention here, the white parts are the word itself, and the red parts are the suffixes, right? Now the rule is, to make something negative, you take the word, and then you take another word, which is değil, this is a separate word, and then to this separate word you add the suffixes, okay? So here's what you get to make negative. Öğretmen değilim. Öğretmen değilsin. Öğretmen değil. Öğretmen değiliz. Öğretmen değilsiniz. Öğretmen değil. This is written değil, but usually pronounced değil, as if instead of e there's an e, okay? Değil. So here, this is how you make a negative. You separate the suffixes from the words and add değil in the middle, okay? And then attach the suffixes to that word now. So ben Türk'üm, I'm a Turkish person. Ben Türk değilim. Now if you see, the suffix changed into im, because there the vowel harmony required ü because of Türk, but here değil ends in e, so it's going to require e. So because of the vowel harmony, the suffixes might change from positive to negative sentences, okay? So don't worry about that. That's possible. Another example, sen Russun, you are Russian. And negative, sen Rus değilsin. You see, sun changed into sin, because now this harmony requires a different type of suffix. So that's the only reason, alright? Don't worry about that. Now let's learn some question words. The main ones. First one is ne. Means what? Ne. If you remember, we asked, what is your name, right? Senin adın ne? Your name what? These work really like normal adjectives. So pay attention. Bu ne? What is this? Pay attention. Ne is in the end. Bu ne? Actually, you can also say ne bu, but this is the most natural one. Second one is kim. Who? Kim. O kim. Who is that? O kim. And you also learned now that bu is this and o is that, okay? For example, if you want to say who are you, then you have to say sen, kim, plus the verb to be, right? Sen kimsin. That's also possible. Who are you? Nasıl, how. Nasılsın? How are you? Remember this from the first lesson? This is where it comes from. Nasıl plus the verb to be. Nere means where. This is a little special. We say, where are you at in Turkish, okay? So, nere plus de, okay? Or if you remember, neredesin. At where are you? Where are you? Neredesin. Kaç tane? How many? Kaç tane? Kaç tane arabası var? How many cars does he have? Remember? X plus possessive plus var. I have X. Arabam var, araban var, arabası var. He has a car. Kaç tane arabası var? How many cars does he have? Ne renk? What color? Arkadaşının pantolonu ne renk? What color are your friend's trousers? Pantolon is trousers. Arkadaşının pantolonu, your friend's trousers, ne renk? What color? So that's that. Now, if you remember from the months, in January, in February, etc., we used the suffix de, which became with vowel harmony da, and with consonant harmony te and ta, right? So, this suffix actually means in, at, on, all of the three, okay? So it's one thing in Turkish for three things in English, which should be simple for you. So let's see. If you want to say I am at home, in Turkish you have to say home, and then the suffix at, which is de, da, te, ta, depending on the word, which is home here, and then the verb to be. So, ev, which is home, de, at, is the suffix attached to the word, then the verb to be im, but de ends in a vowel, im starts in a vowel, so two vowels, vowel clash, we don't want that, we squeeze a y, evdeyim. So I'm at home, 4 words, I am at home. In Turkish, 1 word only, evdeyim, okay? And if you want to say I am not at home, you're going to have to say evde, second word, değil, and then the verb to be, right? Because the verb to be is added to the değil. Evde değilim. I am in Athens. Atina, it's a proper noun, so apostrophe. Atina'dayım. I am in Athens. I am not in Athens, if you can imagine. We going to separate this verb to be and then add değil and attach them. So, I am not in Athens. Atina'da değilim. If you pay attention, Atina'dayım requires a buffer y because 2 vowels, so we squeeze a y. But değil ends in a consonant, so there's no problem there. We don't squeeze the y. So, Atina'da değilim. Alright? Now, how to make a question. Making a question has a similar logic with making a negative. You know, in negative we added değil. This time we're going to add something else. We're going to add me to the sentence. Now this is a little complicated because I'm going to tell you to put the me at the end for this level. But you're going to see many sentences where me isn't at the end actually. Its place changes the stress. The main meaning is the same, but stress is changed, okay? But you don't have to worry about that at the moment. It takes time to practice and to master. But for now, I'm going to ask you to put the me, the question marker, at the end of the sentence. And it's a word on its own, okay? Don't attach to anything. But it receives vowel harmony. So it can be m, mu, and mu as well, okay? And similar to the negative formation, you add the personal suffixes to me. Let's see some examples. Sen Michaelson. You are Michael. If you want to say you are not Michael, no, sorry, this is a question, right? If you want to say are you Michael, you're going to have to say Sen Michael mı, then the personal suffix sen. Are you Michael? Another example. Siz mutlusunuz. You all are happy. And you're going to make it are you all happy? So siz mutlu, then the me, which becomes mu because of the mutlu, and then the personal suffix sunuz. Siz mutlu musunuz? Are you all happy? I think this is simple. Now, how would you say aren't we happy? So this is both negative and a question. So let's see. First you're going to say we are happy. Biz mutluyuz. Now we aren't happy. Biz mutlu değiliz. Now are we happy? Biz mutlu değil miyiz? Okay. Always the last one takes the personal suffix. Biz mutlu değil miyiz? This looks like we happy not are or something. I can't even translate word by word, but I'm sure you get the point. So you're going to have a homework. I'm going to ask you to translate these sentences to Turkish. Isn't this planet very big? The teachers and the students are at the school. That student is at home, but his friend is at school. Who is your friend? Where are the people? Aren't they in Paris? Now I'm going to ask you to translate these sentences to Turkish, and I'm going to give the answers in my 10th video. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and see you next week. Goodbye.